Hi, my name is Susie Hoves, and I currently work as a speech-language pathologist for Douglas County Schools. I am currently an educational specialist candidate in the Instructional Technology program at Kennesaw State University, and this is my capstone video, Speech-Language Pathology Rubric for iPad App Review. Technology has become a part of our daily lives. Portable electronic devices, such as the iPad, have transformed the way people interact with the world. There are over 1.5 million iPads in use in the classroom, with over 20,000 educational apps available for use. With these numbers, it was inevitable that this would start to trickle into the world of speech and language pathology. A multimedia approach to communication can have a profound positive impact for the estimated 40 million Americans that suffer from communication disorders. Speech and language is one area where educational apps have exploded with superb success. Applications and software for therapy purposes can be used as tools or materials for the speech-language pathologist to assist in remediation of communication disorders. Glidden indicated that there is a vast range of iPad apps being developed by speech-language pathologists and educators for a wide range of speech and language areas. Due to the increasing number of apps available, it is essential that clinicians use their clinical judgment and expertise before purchasing an app to ensure that they are getting the best value from the therapy tool. Dunham indicated that due to the app technology constantly changing, it is vital that speech pathologists know what applications are available to them to ensure that their therapy tool is up to date. Finding the right speech or language therapy app can be overwhelming. There are several things to consider when purchasing an app for speech therapy. It is crucial to consider the clinical features of the app and to ensure that the app is beneficial, reliable, and effective for the SLP's clients. According to Gosnell, Shane, and Costello, many speech-language pathologists and other professionals who are using mobile apps in therapy report that their selection process is typically delivered by word of mouth, online consumer reviews, and the cost or lack thereof of an app rather than an evidence-based approach. I determined that the solution was a speech-language pathology rubric for iPad review. Creating a rubric for iPad app review will provide SLPs with the ability to assess the apps in order to decide what will work best according to what is needed. As a result of needed resources for the selection process of choosing iPad apps for speech therapy, I proposed to develop a speech-language pathology rubric for iPad app review. According to Gosnell, clinicians should be aware that the iPad can be inundated with apps that are free or fairly priced that can be considered for intervention purposes. Apps can easily be included into interventions and at any times may be an effective means for supporting learning goals. However, evidence-based methods should be used primarily for the intervention rather than apps that may not be appropriate for the learning goal. In creating and implementing this project, I focused on the SLPs who work in Douglas County. 2 years ago, the Douglas County SLP program received a Google grant in order to purchase iPads and apps for all SLPs to use in therapy. The SLPs are able to keep the iPads throughout the year and take them home in order to continue the learning process. It was evident that a need existed for a rubric for iPad app review. During the month of January of 2016, the Douglas County SLPs responded to the initial survey. Some of the main concerns outlined by the survey included a vast number of apps available, most of which are cost prohibitive. The survey also revealed that SLPs suggested that time to review and to exercise the process of trial and error review were also noted as negative effects. Most of the Douglas County SLPs completed the survey and indicated an interest in this project. Following the initial survey, the candidates spent time analyzing the data from the survey. Research was also conducted and resources were used to develop a rubric for iPad app review. The candidate also created tutorials and documents for the SLPs to aid in the use of the rubric. Richardson indicated today's schools are faced with a difficult dilemma that puts a student body that has grown up immersed in technology against a teaching faculty that is less agile with the tools of the trade. There were also SLPs that required more individual training, so the candidate provided additional professional learning on how to use the rubric. After research and development of the rubric, the candidate distributed the rubric to the Douglas County SLP leadership team to gain feedback. The SLP leadership team reviewed the rubric for a week and provided feedback on their thoughts. Following the implementation of the final rubric for iPad app review, the SLPs were given a post-survey to evaluate the effectiveness and usefulness of the rubric for iPad app review. All SLPs surveyed indicated that the rubric was easy to use. An SLP also reported on the post-survey that she felt more empowered when purchasing apps for therapy by using the rubric because it made the process much more objective rather than the subjective way it was previously done. The survey also indicated that the SLPs would continue to use the rubric when assessing the usefulness of the iPad apps for therapy. No negatives were indicated by the SLPs, and the only negative noted by the candidate was having the SLPs complete the post-survey during such a busy time of year. Overall, the candidate found the Capstone project to be successful. The goal to provide the SLPs of Douglas County with a rubric to provide a more systematic process of iPad app review was met with success. The SLPs reported ease of use and reliable results when determining the appropriateness of the iPad apps for therapy. The candidate implemented best teaching practices that the SLPs found beneficial and useful when professional learning for the use of the rubric was given. Continued review and adaptation of the app is needed in order to make sure app purchases are appropriate. Dunham stated that due to app technology constantly changing, it is vital that speech pathologists know what applications are available to them to ensure that their therapy tool is up to date. Meaningful technology is dependent upon how teachers plan and use these powerful devices, according to Robler and Doring. With the implementation of the speech-language pathology rubric for iPad app review in place, the use of technology through iPads and apps in therapy could have a profound positive impact for the students in Douglas County who present with communication disorders. Thank you.